3D for the scanning and/or AI 3D content generation. We have 5 panelists. SideStream offers AI-based 3D body avatar and body measurements app. Copresence offers AI-based 3D head avatar app. VITRONIC as a 3D full body scanner for precise measurements and analysis for sports and medicine. BeyondShape has developed a medical 3D scanner for medical application with AI processing. And Stage 11 is a 3D for the capture studio for content creation dealing with 3D scanning, modeling, motion capture, volumetric capture, and Gaussian splatting. Is investing in costly 3D and 4D scanning equipment, complex 3D modeling software, sophisticated 3D data processing software is still justified? Can classic approaches as 3D scanning, 3D modeling, data processing withstand and/or can this embrace advancement? How do you use AI in your 3D for the capture studio? Stage 11.
And in this pipeline that starts from, capturing the artists, doing so many stuff as post-process on those, inputs, and then until the time that you deliver it to the user. So, of course, there are many AIs involved in this process. For segmentation of a person that is captured to remove the background, that's the very basic example that you can make. So this kind of stuff is just like, it was not very accurate before deep learning era, and now thanks to very accurate deep learning segmentation models, that is doable now. And when we do 3D reconstruction, if there is a bit of occlusion or even a bad coverage of one view of the artist or whatever object it could be, so it's very good that we have AI, that we can have some sort of prior knowledge, so we can fill that gap.
We use Gen AI models in different parts of the pipeline. Segmentation, lots of feature extraction. Then we generate textures from kind of worse inputs. We try to get to clean textures. So if you have bad lighting conditions, for example, the textures that you directly record aren't that ideal. We also we trained our own, if you will, generative model for hairstyles.
Extraction SideStream from Dr. GILMER also has a smartphone like Copresence, but they use the smartphone and AI in a different way. In the same device, a smartphone, you use AI in a different way to extract metrical information.
So the scan starts with pose guidance, which is pose detector, which is a type of AI model that detects your landmarks and helps you get into the right pose. This close detector, which I first introduced 2 years ago here. And after that, there's segmentation, which has already been mentioned. So separating the subject from the background. The creation of the 3D model and the body measurements is also another AI model. And body composition, body fat, which is AI. But we've been able to do all of these things because we had great data from the real world created through more traditional means.
SideStream replaced completely the scanning booth now with a smartphone.
So we're no longer selling them, but we still have them, and we use them internally for testing, for both improving the AI and also assessing exactly how accurate the AI is. We need this data.
Why, for example, in your case, you cannot you don't exchange your scanning booth with a smartphone?
Just like Matt just said, to learn these models, you need something like a ground truth, and I think that's actually in this name, if you generate any kind of AI model, this is what you use to learn your model. And I think there's a lot of applications that absolutely are met with kind of smartphone devices. But if you, for example, the sports medicine field is one very good example. Interested in is out of the normal. So it's maybe a very specific person. Those are normally people that really like completely drop out of the curve, and you want exactly this individual represented as closely as possible. You don't want any kind of approximation. You cannot represent that with an AI model if you didn't train it completely on this person and so on. And so I think it's the like a lot of our customers are especially interested in the cases where you go out of what you can describe with a generalized statistical model.
You actually have a 3D body scanner. You acquire precise 3D body scan data, and you apply AI on the data that you acquire.
At BeyondShape, we are trying to build a new technology for medical imaging, which make use of biomechanics, AI, and 3D body modeling. And what we do is we use AI in different steps of the pipeline, in particular for landmark extraction, as most of other people's probably, and also on shape reconstruction of the spine. And I truly believe that AI is something that we have to embrace. But on the same time, in the era of AI, I always say that we have machines that collect good data. So while there is this very big community on AI that develops models and so on, they require data. And just with our machines, we can deliver good data. So, for instance, pediatric patients or patients with mobility impairments, you cannot just using smartphones because they move, and you have to capture instantaneously their shape. Requires medical application, so instantaneous scan because people moves, and this is the first one. Is multiple applications that requires very instantaneous scan, so in cardiology, for respiratory issues, and so on. So let's advance the developments of these, let's say, ground truth machines for delivering good data, because tomorrow AI community will be back to us and require data.
Plan for improvement in your products by using AI and machine learning?
Use is more variety of body shapes to train our models, because I think mostly they come from North America, any accuracy. So being able to serve more parts of the population is something that I would like to be able to do, and the company as a whole would like to be able to do.
Yeah, so one feature that gets requested from us a lot is, can I either prompt how someone looks like and then get an avatar, or, which is kind of similar, input a single picture or a selfie of myself and then get a good avatar. And these features are quite easy to do if you have like a good generative AI model that can generate different views of a person that we can then feed through our pipeline.
If we will include AI or use AI, yes, of course, we will use AI, but in a way of let's say, answering questions that we ask to our data. So we will do the 3D scan. So you look for something in your scan. I think your spine is an awesome example of exactly that. So you get the best, most valuable ground truth data, and then you start from there. It's a perfect input. Hopefully develop a lot of AI tools that use our model, but it's not planned to replace our real ground truth creating pipeline that creates the 3D data.
Use AI, so state-of-the-art algorithms, also new kind of algorithms is expanding applications. So, and actually in the medical field offers a lot of this.
if you go back to the textbook of 15 years ago, computer vision was part of AI, but today, when we're talking about AI, is generative AI. So the first mission at the stage 11 is to deliver faithful experiences to users. So we want to capture every bit of detail from an experience and transfer it to the user. I mean, reducing the number of cameras, improving the quality, a lot of things, even, in the render, that all can happen thanks to AI. And then again, there are a lot of other possibilities like the avatars interactive, or, being able to use language models to, to add a bit of smartness to the avatars in that experience in the virtual reality.
That we have like AI versus against 3D body technology, that there is a lot of incertitudes from the investors because they don't know the background of technology. They, why I should invest now and buy an expensive scanner when I can just take a picture and get the same data?
It's very clear that if you want to represent the individual, not like just to have a visual idea of this person, but you want to get to some details. I think you can very clearly say, no, you cannot replace that with an AI, and there will not be an AI. I mean, this is a big statement, but I think there is some kind of individuality on a level that you cannot represent. You cannot replace the ground truth machine. Like there, it's very clear. And the further you go away from this, there you have to discuss. I leave this to you because this is not my field.
But I think more generally speaking, I think obviously for our application or for more visual applications, it's obviously much more impactful, the new Gen AI models. And I think I would love to replace all of what we do with a Gen AI model. It would certainly make the pipeline much easier. One thing that Gen AI models don't have enough yet is this control where you can edit minor details. I think that's really probably something that's still missing for many applications in the visual domain, to really replace whole pipelines and whole workflows with Gen AI models. But I do think in many areas it will probably happen.
So thank you again to the 5 panelists. Thank you.